Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to Church at Home for PreK. Today, we're going to read about Queen Esther. Boys and girls, the thing I want you to know about Esther is that Esther loved God. Esther obeyed God. Today, we're going to read from the Bible. The Bible is the Word of God. That means that when we open the Bible and when we read the words in the Bible, we're reading God's words. Today, we're reading a story called Esther Trusts God. Esther was one of God's people. She lived in Persia. Her parents had died, so her cousin Mordecai took care of her. King Xerxes chose Esther to be his queen. There's Esther right there. He chose her to be his queen. Esther went to live in his palace. That King Xerxes gave her clothes and jewels. Esther was beautiful. Oh no, the king looks angry. But Xerxes had a helper named Haman. Haman wanted to kill all of God's people. He tricked the king into making a law that God's people could be killed. When Esther heard about the law, she said, I will ask the king to stop this law. So is Esther going to help God's people, boys and girls? Yeah, she's going to help God's people. But anyone who went to Xerxes without being asked could be killed, even Esther. So Esther, Mordecai, and all of God's people prayed. Then Esther went to King Xerxes' room. King Xerxes invited her in. God answered their prayer. Esther was safe. Later, Esther and King Xerxes told King Xerxes, someone wants to kill me and my people. Please save my life. The king said, who would want to do such a terrible thing? Esther said, the man is Haman. So King Xerxes had Haman taken away. Then King Xerxes made a new law. God's people were saved. Boys and girls, in our story today, God's people were in trouble, right? But God used Esther to help God's people. Esther trusted and listened to God. And Esther was able to help God's people. That's what I want you to remember today. Boys and girls, that God can use you to do good things too. God made you to do good things. Thank you guys for joining me, and I hope you guys have a good day. We'll see you next time.